In a movie that starts at the border between California and Mexico, three men and a woman who entertain people find themselves in the middle of a drug deal. They are likely trading illegal drugs or substances. Then, out of nowhere, a group of people who say they're from the DEA suddenly appear and surprise everyone. The DEA is a government agency responsible for stopping illegal drug activities. Among the people involved in the drug deal, one of the newcomers from the DEA realizes that two of the four individuals taking part in the transaction are actually undercover DEA agents. This means that these two people who seem to be involved in the illegal activity were actually pretending to be criminals as part of their job to catch real criminals. The situation becomes chaotic as the undercover DEA agents quickly try to explain themselves and reassure everyone. They urgently say, "It's me, it's chaos. No, we're DEA, we're DEA." This implies that there's a lot of confusion and panic as they try to make it clear that they are not part of the criminal group but are actually on the same side as the newcomers, who are also from the DEA. Chaos erupts when the four ambushers, who likely interrupted the drug deal, start killing everyone involved. This means they begin to violently attack and harm the people present. Amidst the violence, two other women who entertain people see what's happening and try to run away from the dangerous situation. The four masked men, after committing the violent act, take with them a bag filled with drugs and a suitcase full of money that they stole during the chaos. Afterwards, they search for the two women who saw what happened, probably to prevent them from reporting the incident to the authorities. Fortunately, the two women manage to hide under a bridge, staying out of sight and protecting themselves from the attackers. They are able to evade the dangerous situation by finding a safe place to hide. As the scene unfolds, the sound of police sirens becomes audible in the distance. This noise alerts the four men to the presence of law enforcement, causing them to abandon their search for the women and flee the area before they can be caught by the police. Fortunately, the two female witnesses manage to escape from being pursued by the men. Later on, at the police station, a border police officer named Travis Johansson is called into a room by his supervisor, Hernandez. In the room, Hernandez shows Travis a video that captures Travis behaving harshly towards a Mexican immigrant while he was on duty. Travis Johansson's harsh treatment of a Mexican immigrant has become widely known. Travis's supervisor, Hernandez, tells him that his actions have brought shame to their police department or institution. Because of this embarrassing situation, Hernandez assigns Travis a new task. He must travel to Mexico to bring back two women who witnessed the shooting of two DEA agents. Later that evening, Travis meets up with his friends, including Adam Hiltz, who is also a police colleague, and Brenner, who is retired. While they are together, they joke around, and Brenner even suggests that Travis should consider refusing the task given to him by his supervisor, Hernandez. Brenner jokingly points out that Travis has been assigned to pick up witnesses from a Mexican jail, which may not be an easy or pleasant job. Travis Johansson wants to avoid the task of going to Mexico because he holds negative feelings towards Mexican people. He believes that many Mexicans are involved in bringing drugs into America and illegally migrating there. These prejudices shape his reluctance to take on the job assigned by his supervisor, Hernandez. During their conversation, two more friends of Travis join them, adding to the group. The next day, despite his reluctance, Travis begins his mission to Mexico. When he reaches the border area, he meets a Mexican federal police officer named De La Cruz. De La Cruz's job is to help Travis pick up the two witnesses to the shooting incident involving DEA members. After driving for 3 hours, Travis finally meets the two female witnesses, Rosa Barranco and Leticia. These women hold crucial information about the shooting incident, and Travis's task is to bring them back safely. This sets the stage for the next part of the story. Travis Johansson and the two witnesses start driving towards the border between America and Mexico. However, during their journey, a Mexican police car signals them to pull over. Unexpectedly, the two Mexican officers turn out to be working for a drug mafia. Their intention is to kill the two witnesses who are inside Travis's car. A dangerous confrontation ensues, and Travis is forced to defend himself and the witnesses. He ends up killing the two corrupt officers who are trying to harm them. After this intense and violent encounter, Travis tries to contact his supervisor, Hernandez, for help. But before he can explain the situation, Travis realizes that he has been shot himself, and the call ends abruptly. Inside the car, Rosa is deeply upset and crying hysterically over the loss of Leticia, who has tragically died during the attack. Once the situation calms down a bit, Travis asks Rosa to fetch a first aid kit from the Mexican police vehicle. This shows that despite the chaos and danger, Travis is trying to take care of Rosa and tend to his own injuries. Rosa takes advantage of a moment of weakness to grab a rifle from one of the policemen and points it at Johansson, who is already injured. However, when she sees that Johansson's condition is worsening, she decides not to harm him and throws the weapon away. Instead, Rosa focuses on helping Johansson by retrieving the first aid kit and treating his stomach wound. As Johansson's condition deteriorates, he realizes he needs urgent medical attention and asks Rosa to take him to the hospital. However, Rosa believes the hospital isn't safe due to the risk of corrupt police finding them there. She suggests an alternative, safer place for them to go. Johansson loses consciousness due to the severe loss of blood. Later on, Johansson finds himself in a different setting, cared for but restrained with one hand handcuffed to a bed. Additionally, there is a man constantly keeping watch over him, indicating that they are still in a precarious situation where they need to be vigilant and cautious about their surroundings. Rosa brings a Mexican policeman named Miguel Barranco, who turns out to be her brother, into the room where Johansson is recovering. She assures Johansson that her brother won't harm him like the corrupt police officers did. Rosa tells Johansson that she destroyed his phone and kept his weapon to protect him. She advises Johansson to rest for a week to recover from his injuries. Johansson receives good care during his recovery period. Rosa's mother and cousin take turns looking after him. Rosa's mother also prepares delicious traditional Mexican dishes for Johansson, which he enjoys. Meanwhile, at the police station, Johansson's friends Brinner and Hiltz become worried upon hearing about his situation. They ask Hernandez, their supervisor, for updates about Johansson. At Rosa's family home, Rosa took care of Johansson in the morning by giving him his medicine and cleaning his wounds. During their conversation, Rosa shared her belief with Johansson that there might be a conspiracy between the American police and the Mexican cartel. She based this suspicion on hearing one of the attackers claim to be from the DEA during the attack. Upon hearing Rosa's explanation, Johansson felt the urgency to contact Hernandez, his supervisor, to share this crucial information. He asked Rosa to return his phone, stressing that it was dangerous to delay. She then asked Johansson if the American police would protect her if she decided to go with him. Johansson explained that there were programs like witness protection that could provide assistance to Rosa if she had important information to share about the incident. Upon hearing Johansson's reassurance about witness protection programs, Rosa, who had always dreamt of living in America, agrees to return there with him. She gives Johansson back his phone so he can contact his supervisor. Rosa also asks Johansson to arrange for their pickup without her brother Miguel's knowledge. In America, at the police station, Hernandez receives a call from Johansson who shares their location and asks for assistance. Johansson requests that Hernandez send people to pick him and Rosa up secretly, without Miguel knowing. However, Hernandez suggests they head to the nearest American consulate instead, where they will be safely picked up. After hearing this plan, Johansson trusts Hernandez and reveals everything Rosa had shared with him. Soon after, Miguel arrives with clothes for Johansson and invites him to share a meal together. During their meal together, Rosa reveals to Johansson that he's now a target for both the Mexican police and the FBI. They suspect him of killing De La Cruz and 2 Mexican police officers during the recent events. Miguel explains that he feels indebted to Johansson for saving his sister, Rosa. That's why he's letting Johansson stay hidden in his house and promises to help him return to America once he's recovered from his injuries. However, Miguel sets a condition. Rosa cannot accompany Johansson back to America. Johansson argues that he needs Rosa's testimony about the death of a DEA agent, but Miguel firmly refuses, causing tension between them. Shortly after their disagreement, they handcuff Johansson in the room. Rosa convinces Miguel to let her accompany Johansson to America. However, their plans are interrupted when a group of cartel members arrives at their house. The cartel members demand Rosa and Johansson but promise to spare the others. Salvador, one of the residents, responds to the cartel members' threats by firing at them. Rosa and her mother quickly hide to protect themselves. Meanwhile, Johansson, still handcuffed, desperately calls for Miguel to unlock him as the shootout unfolds. In the chaos, Miguel gives Salvador the key to unlock Johansson's handcuffs. Unfortunately, Salvador is fatally shot by one of the cartel members while trying to deliver the key. Johansson, now armed with Salvador's rifle, defends himself and manages to kill one of the attackers. After being freed from his handcuffs, Johansson acts swiftly to rescue Miguel and neutralize all the attacking cartel members. Rosa and her mother, who were hiding, nearly become targets of the cartel until Johansson intervenes and eliminates one of the attackers. After the intense incident at Miguel's house, one cartel member manages to escape. To ensure Rosa and Johansson's safety, Miguel gives Johansson his car keys and allows them to leave together. With many people searching for them and trust in short supply, Rosa suggests they go to a specific area and pay a migrant smuggler she trusts to safely take them to the American border the next day. They decide to spend the night in a hotel before beginning their journey. Johansson contacts Brinner to inform him of their location for pickup. While at the hotel, Rosa shares with Johansson the difficult lives many Mexicans endure, especially as they grow older. She explains that the hardships and suffering in Mexico often drive people to seek better opportunities and a brighter future in America. Rosa shares with Johansson a past experience where she, Leticia, and Leticia's brother paid a smuggler to take them to America. However, During the journey, they faced an attack at the border, which resulted in Letitia losing her brother. Despite this, Rosa and Letitia managed to spend some time in America, enjoying a better life until they witnessed a murder committed by the DEA. This forced them to flee back to Mexico. The following day, they are surprised by the sudden arrival of Hiltz, accompanied by others. Hiltz explains that they were concerned about Johansson's safety and tracked his location from his call to Brenner. They found the hotel where Johansson and Rosa were staying. Although Rosa had already paid a smuggler to take her to America, Johansson decided to return home with his old friends. On the way, Johansson notices his friends acting strangely, using 2 cars and taking different routes for security reasons. Rosa, who had been suspicious of Johansson's colleagues from the beginning, accidentally sees a bracelet worn by Brenner, which she recognizes from the night she and Letitia were hiding under the bridge. Using Mexican Spanish, Rosa signals to Johansson, convincing him that the 4 individuals are the ones who were chasing him on the night of the DEA agent's shooting. Johansson decides to have a private conversation with Brenner regarding the shooting incident involving the DEA agent. Johansson confronts Brenner, accusing him of being involved in the incident. Brenner initially denied any knowledge or involvement with the DEA or law enforcement issues since he retired. As the tension between them rises, Hiltz and Michael approach and inquire about their discussion. Suddenly, Brenner and Michael, feeling they can no longer keep their secret, take out weapons and aim them at Johansson. Hiltz reveals that they were indeed the ones behind the ambush. Originally, they only intended to steal money and drugs without knowing there were undercover DEA agents involved. They were forced to kill the agents when one of them recognized Hiltz. Brenner then orders Michael to bring Rosa to them. He tries to convince Johansson to cooperate by suggesting that they only need to eliminate Rosa to resolve their problem. However, seeing Johansson's reluctance to comply and even attempting to negotiate, Brenner decides to kill Johansson as part of their plan. Hiltz disagrees with Brenner's plan to kill Rosa and tries to stop him. A shot is fired during their struggle, leading to a duel between Michael and Hiltz. Johansson ends up killing Michael to save Rosa from Brenner's threat. Suddenly, another companion starts shooting at them, but Johansson manages to stop him before he can do more harm. As Hiltz lies dying, he expresses remorse for their mistakes. Using Brenner's car, Johansson and Rosa head to meet a smuggler who will take them on an illegal route to America. Along the way, Johansson witnesses the hopeful smiles of immigrants despite the risks they face. However, their happiness fades as they reach the border area, where they are suddenly arrested by Mexican police officers. 5 months later, Johansson returns to duty in the police force and is recognized for his bravery in rescuing a witness and his integrity towards the police institution. Hernandez realizes that Johansson's experience in Mexico has changed his perspective on the Mexican people. Rosa visits Johansson and shares that she's been offered a deal by the prosecutor and is waiting to become an official U.S. citizen. They embrace, marking a hopeful new chapter for Rosa and Johansson after enduring challenging circumstances together. And the movie ends here. Thanks so much for watching. Let us know your thoughts on the film in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and also watch some of our other videos. And before you go, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more